What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Nobody should come on social media looking like this, but today is my off day. I want to take this out of my head while I tell you guys why I had to move houses twice in a month. Before I get started, I genuinely just miss being back home, because here I literally need at least 2 days of no work back to back to be able to do my hair. I've had this thing on my head for like a month and I've been getting away with it because of, like, you know, winter. I'm wearing my head warmer and all of that, but the weather is getting warmer and I'm honestly just so sick and tired of this hair. I'm so embarrassed to be showing you guys this, but if I don't show you, who will I show? Anyway, I have off day today. Today is Sunday. I just finished watching service and I'm just going to take this crochet out. I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna wash my hair and figure out what I'm going to do after. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do after, but I just know that this thing has to leave my head. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to start with the gist. So you guys know I say this thing like in every video because it had that much impact on me, like having to walk 16 minutes every day to the bus stop. It wasn't funny at all. So yeah, you guys know I was in a place like that. Though I loved the house, my landlady was the best, but like it wasn't sustainable, you know, with the fact that February was coming. February is colder than every other month and I'm like, there's no way I can spend money on Uber every single day when I'm going to work, when I'm coming back from work. So I put it in prayer and, you know, I started looking, but pretty soon it was like I wasn't going to find another place and I just said, oh, God knows best. So I'm like, okay, whatever, it's fine, I'll pay my rent for the next month. But then a colleague of mine at work found a house. It was a 3-bedroom townhouse. She found it and she was like, oh, like this looks good, you know, and the damage deposit is not too much, because my major issue was like damage deposit, because it's the same as rent and I wasn't really having a lot of money like that to pay both. But since this one, the damage deposit wasn't as much as the rent, I was like, oh wow, this is like perfect, like let me go there. So fast forward, I had a lot of mental breakdown because I had gotten attached to the house I was coming from. But I moved my stuff. I moved my stuff in one day. Why? Because I had to go to work the next day. I moved my stuff. I went out of my way. I was so stressed out. I unpacked, put my things. It wasn't just one floor, it was 2 floors. So I moved all my stuff, like okay, now I think I have my life together. I have a house that is closer to it was 5 minutes to the bus stop, which is better than 16 minutes. It's closer to the bus stop. Okay, now let me just basically start my life, because I feel like since moving here I hadn't like really started living. Like I was still trying to get settled, you know, a lot of things. And yeah, I was happy thinking that okay, that would be the house that I would stay for like maybe 1 year, 2 years, until I'm finally able to afford a place for myself. Anyway, what's wrong with this thing? Let me see. So, or I think I've tangled this one. Okay, so yeah, and another thing that made me take that house was, like, you know, the new roommate. Like, even from the call we had, you know, like you will first have a call to like book an appointment to see the place. We already like were relating, like everything just felt so perfect, you know, almost too good to be true. We're relating, like she was like she's going to give me the place, because like it was a very good deal, so you can trust that a lot of people were trying to get the house. So, you know, long story short, I took the house, I paid my rent, and you know how they do here, it's called lease transfer. Like most times you're required to like sign a lease for at least 1 year, but if you want to move before the year is over, before your lease is over, you can put somebody else in the house and they will take over your lease. Now I'm going to tell you guys something at the end of this video, so just watch it to the end and don't fast forward. Okay, hear my story. So anyway, yeah, I did that. I moved, paid my rent, you know, like, but I will say that even since I moved to that house, I didn't have rest of mind. But I couldn't say it out loud because I was already telling my family, like, okay, yeah, that I'll stay here for a while you know, like after praying to God, like, oh God answered my prayer. So I was feeling ungrateful if I started saying like, oh, like I'm not really feeling this house that much. But you know, I kept praying and just hoping for the best, like, you know, everything. So this one now is still in the first month of me moving to that house. So the first issue I had there was, oh, suddenly they needed insurance, and I'm like, what do you mean by they need insurance? Like, I know it's a thing here, but like it's not every house, it's not every apartment that needs insurance. And if I knew that the house would need insurance, I wouldn't have come here in the first place, you know. That was already my first mental breakdown, like, what do you mean? But then it was like, oh, it's not necessary, like it's not compulsory, blah blah blah. I said, okay, no one, thank God. But honestly, from that moment, I was just already knowing that I wasn't going to stay there for a long time. And I would also add, it was a very old building, like this kind of thing that when you're walking, the ground is making noise. There was upstairs, you could hear everything. Like, I just knew that I wasn't going to stay in the house for a long time. But still, I was trying to live my life, trying to create content on TikTok, because this content creation is something that is in my blood. Like, I just had to continue. And I had a window, you know, like I was so grateful for having a window that sun was actually shining through, like from a basement. And you know, I was like, okay, don't worry, there are downsides, but there are also good parts of this house. So now we called the building to like tell them, oh, okay, like let's make progress with the lease transfer thing so that my name will be on the documents. Just for us to call these people, and they're like, oh, that they didn't even know that these transfers were done in the past. They have no record of like these transfers done in the past. And I'm like, because if there's one thing about me, like, or anybody, I feel like the thought of not having a home, of not having a place you're going back to every day, or like not having rest of mind in where you're staying because of, oh, fear of eviction or no eviction. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, is this happening right now? And then they did have the documents, right? So the girl, she was an Indian girl, like I love her so much. She was like, they have the documents and proof the building signed that these transfers were done. And now the building people were like, oh, they don't have any record of that, and that's, well, if we want to stay in the house, we either have to sign a brand new lease, and if you don't sign a brand new lease, we have to move out. Now, signing a brand new lease was not the issue. It was the fact that they now increased the rent. They now put it also that it was compulsory for there to be insurance in the house. And then at that moment, I was just like, I just knew that I couldn't stay again. And I'm like, God, what the heck is going on? I just paid my damage deposit to the girl that left, you know, so my name can be on the lease. And now all of these things is happening. Like, at that moment, my mental health started turning. Like, I wasn't okay. Even going to work was such it was so hard for me, because like, you know, this kind of thing is on your mind and you have to go to work and be on your best behavior. Like, I literally was having a mental breakdown. I was just crying to God and praying to God, like, I don't know what is happening. I did not just move on my own. I prayed and everything seems to align. Like, please just help me. Like, I wasn't blaming God or anything, because rather than blame God, I would rather blame myself. Like, maybe I did something wrong, right? But I was just praying for mercy. Like, God, just have mercy on me. Like, let me just get through this messy situation. Pretty soon I knew that I wasn't going to be able to stay in the house, because even if we didn't have to sign a new lease, or even if I just didn't have money for insurance, like that was not part of my budget. So yeah, like it was a back and forth, and it's so stupid because the building people, like, we were the ones even calling them. Another thing, if you I've heard of people talking about like roommates from hell. Maybe that might be exaggerating, but like, you know, those kind of really horrible roommates. That one is another story time. Like, I had one, because you know, we're three. The Indian girl was a sweetheart. Then there was another person. I'm not going to talk about her nationality, but oh my God. So at the end of the day, we tried reaching out to her, like, we're literally staying in the same house, like, let's come together and know how to tackle this issue in a way that will benefit all of us. She doesn't respond to messages, she doesn't pick calls. You will be in the house, she will be doing hide and seek. When you come out, she will go in. When you go in, she will come out. I was like, and at the end of the day, it's like the building, because we were calling them at different times, and it's like they knew that we're not on the same page. And you guys, long story short, I had to move. But the thing is that I even found someone to take my room. That's the room that I was staying in, because I just really needed that money back. But the whole issue just caused a lot of disagreements between everybody in the house, and they were like, you know what, they want to move, like they didn't want to stay in the house, like how can the building be so irresponsible and blah blah blah. You guys, I was just here looking like, So what is going to happen to my damage deposit? Like, that was another thing that really caused like a lot of mental breakdown for me, because I'm like, I know how hard I worked to get that money together, and now yeah, it's like just going to voicemail, you know. I'm like, ow. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I just thank God for God, because this thing was enough to send me into depression, not wanting to go out, like missing work and all of that. But honestly, God just gave me strength, and he just made me know that everything was going to be fine. Like, even now as I'm doing these videos, like, I'm not okay still, but like, I'm hopeful that everything is going to get better. Even though the building, oh okay, so relating to the gist now, it now turned out that the person, the building's representative that signed the lease did not complete the process and basically quit the job eventually, I think. So now I'm like, okay, so this issue was from your company, but now here you are, you've already caused a lot of stress for us in the house, and you know, you want to just go scot-free. Even now, I'm still trying to see what I can do to just like make sure that they're accountable, that they're held accountable for what they did. It's not seeming very positive, but like, I just want to try everything that I can. I wanted to be like, okay, I did everything I could and it didn't work out, because like, who wants to lose money in this economy, you know? Anyway, that's the story, and I'm definitely not going to finish using my hair in this video, because whenever I'm talking, like, I cannot focus on what I'm doing. But anyway, the thing I would say, if you move to maybe Canada or a new country, anywhere in the world, even if you are trying to do a lease transfer, before you pay your rent, before you pay anything, either it's a landlord, either it's a building management, let them be aware that you are taking this person's place. First of all, make sure you sign the document first before you pay money to anybody. Because in my case, the mistake I made was that I didn't sign the lease first. Like, obviously I did that, I wanted to do that the next day, but I would have signed the lease first before paying the money to anybody. If I had done that, then this issue would have been, you know, this issue would have come up, and me, I'll be like, this one a red flag, I'll carry my money and go. But that was not the case, and thinking about it is so painful to me. Like, I try not to even think about it, because I'm like, I'm so pained. Like, that amount of money is not small. So that's my advice for you guys. Like, please don't pay any money to anybody, whether it's lease transfer. Like, make sure you sign the documents first. Even the documents you're signing, be sure that you read it properly, be sure that you understand the terms before you sign anything, because it's crazy out there. So anyway, I'm actually going to end this video right now. I don't want it to be too long, but if you want to hear my experience with that roommate, let me know in the comment section, okay? And this is such a very strange way of ending a video, I swear. Like, this is the end of this video. I'm still looking crazy. I'm going to finish closing my hair. I'm going to need to prep food today, and I'll wash the hair, and like I said, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it after, because the hair is due. Honestly, being in this abroad is not easy, especially when you don't have someone that can do your hair for you for free. Anyway, you guys, bye, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm sorry for looking a mess. Please just permit me, okay? Your girl is recovering mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, every way. She's recovering, okay? Bye, guys.